Welcome back. Good morning. Happy Chit-Chatter Day. I'm so happy that you're here today. I have a fun video planned. I have decided I want to create some sort of Valentine's Day look. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. My honey won't be here, but I hope you guys have a fun romantic time together with your loved ones or your girlfriends or whoever the heck you're going to be celebrating it with. We don't usually do much of anything, but it's always fun to just like recreate a good, lovely evening at least with your special loved ones or whoever it is you're spending time with. My little ones and is what I will be doing this year, but we'll celebrate Valentine's Day when he returns. So anyways, today we're going to be playing with the Viseart Warm Matte palette. I just got this a few weeks ago and I've been playing with it nonstop. It is stunning. Okay, it is stunning. We're going to incorporate a little bit of glitter because I can't stop with this too. This is the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow. I have the shade Kitten Karma, which is my major recommendation. I actually filmed a whole video dedicated to this. I'll link it below if you're interested, but I love it. And then just some other things that I've just kind of pulled out that I want to use here today. And if you haven't noticed, probably you haven't, because this is the first video, I got a new camera, and so please, bear with me with the lighting, with the settings. I'm not running this on auto like I always used to do with my old camera because I feel like I need to do my videos justice and figure out how to run my camera so that everything is its best. So I don't know what I'm doing. This is my trial run video, and like I said, if the lighting isn't awesome, I need to turn my ISO down, up, whatever. I think things look pretty true to color. I might have to mess with the white balance a little bit, but I've been twinking with this for 2 weeks, and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to shoot a video, see what it looks like, and then you guys can so kindly help a girl out, but this looks pretty true to color to me. So anyways, welcome if you are new. This is my first video that I've been able to just sit down and chat with you. The past week's videos were pre-filmed before my husband left, and so now this is my first video that I'm sitting down and I'm like trying to hurry up and get everything done while my son naps, because that's how it works around here, especially when he's deployed and you have kids and blah blah blah. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna shut up because I talk long enough. I hope you guys enjoy this look. If you do, please thumbs it up. Let me know what some of your favorite products were that I used down below. If you're loving any of the same things I'm loving, I love to kind of chit-chat back and forth with you guys. So enjoy the look, enjoy your Valentine's Day. I love you all so much, and we'll chat soon. In true get ready with me style, get yourself a cup of coffee. I always like to have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine while I'm doing my makeup, depending on the time of day. So I'm going to prime my face with the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This travel size has lasted me quite a few uses, actually. Oh, now we're getting down to the pump not working. But this is a great way to try this product out if you don't want to commit to the full size, because the full size is kind of spendy, but I splurged for it because I've just really been enjoying this. And, you know, the glass bottle might deter you a little bit, but I've traveled with this and it has not broken. But I really like this primer to fill in my pores and smooth out my complexion. Alright, today I'm going to use the Dior Star Foundation. This is in my rotation of foundations I absolutely have to use up this year, within the next 6 months for sure. I went through all my foundations and I wrote on the bottom the year that I purchased them. This is from 2014, so I need to use this. I am in the shade 20 for reference. It's a little bit dark, so that's why I'm wearing a turtleneck, because all my foundations right now are a little dark for me. It doesn't smell bad. It actually smells just as good as the first time I opened it up and smelled the Dior foundation. So I like the look of this foundation on my face, and I'm going to blend it in with the Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush number 56. I bought this years ago to use for a foundation, and I just never really used it for that. Kind of didn't really use it at all because, you know, a couple of years ago everyone was using the Sigma Flat Top Kabuki F80, and I have a couple of those and I use those, but I've been using this one every time lately and I've just really been liking it. It's smaller and it's not flat. I don't know. There's something about it I've been really enjoying, so I've been using it and just gravitating towards it. I think because it's not flat, I can really, you know, get into the areas like the creases of your nose and into the creases here of my eye socket. Excuse me. Much better than the flat brush. So I have a damp beauty blender, and whenever I apply foundation, I like to just kind of, it's not that damp, it's just a little damp. I don't like to get it too soaking wet because that can like create weird patches on your face. Like it can soak up, I don't know. I'm just telling you from experience. I've gotten it too wet, put it all over my face, and it like picks up the product in some areas, and then you're like all of a sudden patchy, but a little bit damp. And I just kind of run it all over, and I feel like it really just smushes the foundation into your skin and makes things look so much more flawless and less makeup-y. I've learned, I used to just pile on like at least 2 layers of foundation. And I've learned that less is actually better. And as you can see, I still have imperfections. I still have breakouts. My skin has gotten better since I've learned how to take care of it. So taking care of your skin really is the foundation for a good looking foundation. But also, little tips and tricks. Less is more. And I know for those of you who struggle with breakouts, I'm there there with you. I get it, but try a little less. And then conceal those breakouts instead of, you know, applying more foundation to cover your entire face. So anyways, concealer. I'm going to use the Maybelline Instant Age. Why is this pink? I think my daughter. If you saw my most recent vlog, which you haven't because I think this video is going to go up after that. Anyways, either I'll link it below if it's available or it's coming soon. There's a reason for this. So creamy. Okay, that's a lot. What I just said about the foundation, holy cow, Chelsea, that's way too much. Okay, so we are going to definitely blend that in well. But while we're applying concealer, I'm also going to apply some, I like to highlight the center of my face, my forehead, and down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to use the YSL Beauty let's see, actually it's just called Touche Eclat. Ooh, I said that with a little bit of a Radiant Touch highlighting pen. I'm in the shade Luminous 2. They have several shades in this. Obviously, this might not be the exact shade you would need. But I like how this very softly illuminates without adding a bunch of product to your face, you know? Because I don't like to put a ton of product on my face. It'll look good on camera. Sure, it'll look good in front of these lights, but you step outside, you no longer look as good as you thought you looked. Oh, in case you were curious, I use the Neutralizer shade in that Maybelline concealer. It has a little bit of a yellow undertone to it, so it helps neutralize any darkness. I don't have a ton of darkness, but it just kind of helps brighten underneath there a little bit, and holy cow, here we go. Alright, another product I totally need to use up because I've had it a very long time. Like, if you buy this is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. I only used this to set my under eyes. I've had this since, I think 2014 was when I bought this, and look how full it still is. I mean, it's going to last you a really long time. I really like it. When you swatch it in the store, it's going to look like there's tiny little particles of like shimmer in it. Not anything that transfers to the skin at all. And I highly recommend, where is the brush I used for this? This is the brush that has replaced my Real Techniques setting brush. I used that brush for years. It was the only one I ever used to set my under eyes. This has replaced it because this is like its most luxurious, awesome older sister, but better. This is the Wayne Goss number 35 airbrush. It is so soft. It covers a lot more surface area. You don't have to, you know, keep digging in more product. It just applies it so nicely, so smoothly. And so anyways, this Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, I take about that much, put it in the lid, tap it off, and that's enough for 2 eyes. So you can see how this will last a really long time. But I like this powder because it's finely milled. It's very soft, silky, not powdery. It doesn't add powder underneath there. And if you have dry under eyes, I don't even care how old you are. Like, adding too much powder underneath your eyes is just, it's never going to look good. It's always going to make things look not real, a little bit more drier, age you a little bit, and you can't see this. Now, if you have dry under eyes and you have fine lines and wrinkles, try the By Terry Hydrating Under Eye Powder if you're dry or have more wrinkles and stuff. That's another good one. But those two, the By Terry and this Laura Mercier, are my favorite for setting my under eyes. I bronzed my face up today with the Chanel Soleil Tan bronzer. I didn't mean to do this, but I just out of habit, like in my day-to-day life when I put my makeup on, I rotate my makeup, and in my mind I consciously grab for things I want to focus on and use up. I don't necessarily say project pan or put them in a basket. I just know I need to use these up. And so I've kind of grabbed those today. So I guess if anything, these are things I definitely need to focus on using. Not because I don't like them, but because I've had them for a long time and I need to give them some love and potentially use them up. So this is the cream bronzer from Chanel. It's more like cream to powder, honestly. It's not cream like you think of cream, like creamy, like wet, like smooths around a lot. No, it almost, I mean, really within a matter of moments dries on the skin to like this powdery finish. And if you are super fair skin or you don't like to use a lot of bronzer because you can really see it on your skin, give this a try. You can really go lightly with it. As you can see, I'm doing a Sigma dual fiber brush. Is going to give you a really soft application because it's not going to pick up a lot of product because the bristles are very fluffy. But I really like this product because it doesn't look too orange or like too much bronzer on your face. And it's not a bronzer that's powdery, like it's not powder. So if you prefer something that's not so powdery, this is just going to give you that softer appearance. You know, I'm going to try this brush today for contouring. I just picked this up at Sephora. This is the Hakihodo plus Sephora Pro. It's a wedge sloped brush for like powder. But because of that wedge and that slope you can see there, I'm actually going to use it to contour and see how that works. Now, I don't always use contour brushes for contouring or blush brushes for just blush. Like, I use them how I want to use them kind of thing. So that's why you'll probably notice that I use different tools in areas that they don't necessarily say they're for, but who cares? You do what you want. I like to mix these two colors because this one's a little cooler. This one adds a little bit of warmth. I never use one thing. I always am mixing up. All the time. Ooh, it's really soft. Then I'm going to dip into, I'm going to use like the other end of it, and I'm going to dip into the lightest shade in here. And I'm going to kind of do that whole baking technique, but not to the extreme that I have seen it done. Just a little bit to sharpen up the edges. Now, I see a lot of people use loose powder, but I'm being lazy right now and I just want to use what's in my hand. Because this is how I really get ready. I don't like reach for 100 things. I like use the same thing for everything. Like, I've used this for eyeshadow because it's in my hand and it's powder and it still works. You know, I'm going to let that sit there and bake while I do my eyebrows. I'm going to try out this product again. I tried this the last time in the Get Ready With Me and I haven't used it since, but it's the Benefit Bravo Conditioning Primer. You're supposed to put this on your eyebrows before you go in with product, I guess, to fill them in. That's what it says. For fuller looking brows. Well, I need all the help I can get in the fuller looking brows. Like, I have brow hair. They just don't grow with the rest of my brow hair. They grow everywhere else on my face. I like to use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Brown and then the Brow Definer in the shade Chocolate to kind of add a little bit of warmth to my eyebrows. Like, when I wear my hair down, I have, like, my ends are warmer, so I like to warm up my brows a little bit with the chocolate shade because the medium brown's a little bit too ashy, but I like that for, like, sculpting. Don't forget to wipe away your bake. I have walked out of the house with my bake still on my face. I like to curl my lashes before I go in with my eyeshadow. I find that when I do it afterwards, I get like eyeliner and shadow and everything just all over the place. I'm notorious for making a mess when I do my makeup, but I just find that it works so much easier, so I usually do it before. Speaking of priming, I'm going to prime my eyelids today with the Me and My shadow from Ico. This is in the shade Topaz. It's just kind of like a champagne color here. It's a really easy shadow stick, an easy color to wear, just kind of pairs with lots of stuff. Alright, I'm going to use this palette today. This, you guys, I'm so smitten with this. The Viseart Warm Matte palette. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It is so pretty. If you like warm eyeshadows, I can't recommend this formula enough. I really enjoy it. I have the neutral one, and that one has been featured in a lot of videos. I really enjoy it. I like the formulation. They're so easy to use. So we're going to do some sort of warm look. I have no idea what I'm doing. I say that every time, but I really don't. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully it's going to turn out and not look terrible. I'm going to start off with the cream shade. I like to start off with something that really is close to my natural skin color here and just kind of set that down. And this is a Sephora Pro number 10. You guys, I am so addicted to Shameless right now on Netflix. One night, I started watching Weeds, okay? And I'm waiting for the next season of House of Cards to come out, which is why I decided to start watching Weeds. I wanted to start something that I didn't think I would care if I missed an episode here or there, like something just mindless to watch. Okay, and then one night I decided I didn't want to watch that one. I didn't want to watch Weeds. So I was scrolling through Netflix, and because I watched Weeds, it said because of your interest in Weeds, it's kind of a similar, but not really, but kind of category, I guess you could say, of shows, but way better. So I clicked on Shameless and I watched the first episode, and I'm like, what is this? Those of you that have seen it, you probably had that same thought when you watched it for the first time, like, wow, this is crazy. I can't remember the first scene, but if I remember correctly, even the first like scene of the show is like, what? Like, should I be watching this? And now I'm hooked. I'm emotionally sucked in. I'm on season 2, and there's 6 seasons. I don't know if the show's over yet or not, but there's 6 seasons, and I literally was debating watching that over filming today. It's been my afternoon thing and my every evening thing. Yes, I'm wasting my life away, rotting my brain watching television, but you know what? When your husband is deployed, you need time to yourself to do whatever the heck you want to do. That is like my number 1 tip. So that's what I've been doing. I'm going to mix these 2 colors right here. My son and I went out this morning to Walmart, and we went and got him a haircut. Oh my gosh, he looks so precious. I can't. But anyways, we were at Target, and I was looking at pajamas because I'm a pajama lover. I really love soft stuff and like nightgowns and stuff, and they had, I almost bought it. I almost did, but since I won't be celebrating Valentine's Day on February 14th, more like May 14th, I didn't buy it. But anyways, they had a really pretty red and black version of like a slip nightgown that was super comfy. It had like a lace, it had the little straps. I'll link it below. But oh my, it was just so me. It was just enough sex appeal that it didn't scream negligee, but it was something you could wear, you know, like daily and be comfortable but yet sexy at the same time. I loved it. So now I'm gonna grab, let's see here, which brushes are you? You are number 19 from Wayne Goss, and I'm gonna start to add in some browns. So we're gonna take this one right here. All these colors. I've used all the colors except for the orange. They all are beautiful. Blend really well. You know, you want to have a pigment to a shadow, but you don't want it so pigmented that it's really hard to blend out. That would probably be helpful to be zoomed in, huh? I just decided to zoom in. I forgot, I'm sorry. I want to start adding in a little bit of warmth, so I'm going to go for this deep, like a reddish burgundy shade. And I'm going to use a number 6 brush here from Wayne Goss. And I'm actually going to take the side of it. So I'm going to go in like this to my eye socket and try to carve it out a little bit like that. Now I'm going to take this dark chocolatey brown shade right here with the number 5 by Wayne Goss, just a really small little brush. And I'm going to stack it. How am I going to stack this? I'm going to throw it in my outer V here really small. Little precise movements. Because I want to keep the color concentrated out here and not bring it in too far. Sometimes I find just like tapping motions too works. Just like tap the color on where you want it. You don't need to add more color to blend necessarily. Like blend out the color you already picked up with your brush first. Then you can, once that's blended out, go back in and layer it in. Kind of like eating. Swallow what's in your mouth first before you take another bite. That's a good way to explain it. Now once that dark color is added, I kind of go back in with a previously used color, like the two browns we just used. I'm going to go back in with the 19 and just kind of like soften the edges of that and start to blend back and forth the dark to the other colors really softly. I'm not applying a lot of pressure. Now I'm feeling like this needs some more cherry. I'm starting to feel like this is going to be a chocolate covered cherry vibe, so I'm going to go back in with the brush we used for the red color. And I'm going to also put that on the edges. Carry it through and put it back to the crease. These two browns here. Basically the two colors that we threw in our crease up above. And I'm going to wiggle them underneath here. Then I'm going to take my Chikihoro Z-10 and dip into the red shade, the cherry shade, and blend that out underneath here as well. Ever tell yourself you're going to buy this giant king-size candy bar and you're only going to eat a couple squares of it and put it away? Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was going to do this eye look. I'm just going to do a little bit of chocolate. Now I've decided, nope, I'm eating the whole thing. I am not sharing, I'm eating the whole thing. So I'm dragging that chocolate onto my lid and we're smoking it out. We're going to do a little bit more than I originally planned because why the heck not? I am going to take the Magnificent Metals Glitter in Glow by Stila, the new liquid glitter. Fantastic, fabulous, to die for situation. Love this. Holy cow, it's so good. And I am just going to take a little bit at a time and blend this out with a synthetic brush. This is the MAC 224. Nope, that's not right. 242. This is like my favorite waterline color ever to wear if you have blue eyes. This just makes them look so blue. It is so pretty. I applied the Huda Beauty lashes, the Samantha number 7 lashes. You're not going to be able to read it, but they're basically just kind of like wispy and really fluttery and just kind of sexy. They're a little bit like entangled looking, kind of like they crisscross on the end, so they're very just wispy and fun. So I thought that was totally appropriate for this look. So we're going to finish the face, and I've chosen the Lorac Baked Matte Satin Blush in the shade Exposed. I love this. Is like one of my favorite peach shades ever. I love how brightening it is on the skin. It says matte. It is not matte. Don't let that fool you. It is straight on, like, kind of like shimmery kind of. It's just really pretty. It adds a glow to your face. Okay, I'm going to tell you about these Stila glitter things. If you're going to add in shadow after you apply this and like blend it out, you're going to get glitter on your face, which I currently have. But I'm okay with that. I'm just letting you know. Last time I used this, I put this on last and I did not touch my eyeshadow and it did not fall off. But if you're going to go in there with a brush and blend something out, you're going to get glitter on your face. But anyway, so this is the Wayne Goss number 14. Yes, 14 brush. I'm going to use that for my blush. So brightening. It's really a pretty shade. I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Pink Glow highlighter today. It is so pretty. And I'm going to use the Wayne Goss fan brush. And then I'm also going to take an eye brush here and take a little bit of the highlighter and pop it on my inner corner. Really going to open up the eye a lot. I'm going to finish my face off with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. These ones are all available individually, but this was a limited edition from a few years ago. And I guess I'm just going to use this blush brush because my brushes are back there. I'm going to take the incandescent one, which is going to give a little softly lit glow to my face. Little Fix Plus. When I think of Valentine's Day, I think of red, but since we're kind of doing like the red tones up on our eyes, I also think of nude lips. So we're gonna do like a darker nude lip because that's kind of my preference. We're gonna do Lancome Ideal Lip Liner. And then today I've chosen to use the Dose of Colors Truffle Liquid Lipstick. I really like this formula, guys. It lasts, it doesn't give you cat butthole lips, it's comfortable. And I can say all that because I don't like liquid lipstick. I buy them because I like the longevity factor, but the ones that I hate, I don't actually wear. I've been wearing these, a couple other shades this past week, and I'm just seriously impressed with them. So this is the shade Truffle. Oh, and they smell really good. And that's the finished look. Thank you guys so much for getting ready with me. I really like how the look turned out today. I get really nervous in the middle of it because I don't necessarily have a plan all the time. And even if I do, it doesn't even matter because it doesn't always turn out the way I have it in my head, you know? But I'm really pleased with it. I think this is definitely just a really pretty, I love the glitter. I really like the glitter. I think the glitter makes a look. But this palette is stunning. It is beautiful. I've been wearing this quite a bit lately, and I just... Since I got it, actually, I've been wearing this every single day. Kind of partially because when I get a new palette, I like to play with it, of course, and like think about the kind of looks that I want to create for you guys. But it's just so easy, you know, and you can mix and match this with the neutral one or the dark one, and it's all matte, and you can't screw it up, and if you want some shimmer, then you throw some shimmer on your lid, you know what I mean? So thank you guys so much for getting ready with me. I hope you enjoyed yourself today. I hope you guys have a great and lovely and romantic and fun Valentine's Day, and we will chat very soon. Mwah. Bye, guys.